This is an unimaginable crime, so disturbing that would makes you question the essence of humanity. Even the investigators had never experienced such a horrific tragedy in their whole career. Aside from some people doing so many unthinkable evil, they're also pathetic in nature. Kindly subscribe to my channel and please watch till the very end and comment your thoughts about this story as we uncover how this man murdered his wife, then bury her in a shallow grave. The next day he exhumed her grave and raped her corpse, then bury her back again. Even animal knows better and can never perform such horrific act of cruelty. In November 2022, a quiet residential stretch of Simi Valley, Ventura County in California, became the setting for a domestic tragedy that would echo far beyond the walls of a single home. The case of a 28-year-old Zarbab Ali was found guilty and later convicted of fatally stabbing his estranged wife, Rachel Castillo, to death. The mother of his 2 children exposed the volatile intersection of marital breakdown, obsession, and lethal violence, an all too familiar pattern in domestic homicide cases across the United States. Public records and reporting indicate that Zarbab Ali and his wife were estranged at the time of the killing. Their relationship had deteriorated significantly, culminating in separation and mounting conflict. As with many intimate partner violence cases, the period following separation proved to be the most dangerous. Friends and family members later described a relationship marked by control issues and escalating tension. The victim had taken steps to distance herself, seeking independence and safety. Separation, however, did not bring peace. Instead, it intensified Ali's fixation, a dynamic criminologists have repeatedly identified as a precursor to lethal outcomes. While there is no public indication that restraining orders were in place at the time, investigators would later note that emotional volatility and unresolved marital conflict defined the final weeks leading up to the attack. Emergency services were called to a residence in Simi Valley after reports of a violent domestic incident. First responders arrived to find Ali's estranged wife suffering from multiple stab wounds. Despite medical intervention, she was pronounced dead and buried already by her ex-husband, Ali Zarbab. Investigators determined that a knife was used in the attack, and the wounds were consistent with a close-range personal assault, an indicator of rage and emotional involvement rather than impulsive or random violence. Zarbab Ali was identified at the scene and taken into custody without resistance. Law enforcement officials later confirmed that the attack was targeted and intentional, not the result of a sudden altercation with unknown parties. Ali literally confessed to the authorities that he repeatedly stabbed Rachel Castillo to death inside the apartment, then wrapped her body in a blanket and cleaned the blood to conceal the evidence, before he buried her in a shallow grave around Antelope Valley. Just to prove to her that he's truly a monster, he went back to the grave the next day and exhumed her body, then raped her dead body before burying her back. Like, how on earth can someone be this evil? This is totally beyond my comprehension. With the effort of our law enforcement officers, Ali was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, with prosecutors alleging that the killing was deliberate and rooted in domestic conflict. Court filings emphasize the estranged marital status as a critical element of motive, noting that separation often heightens feelings of loss of control in abusive relationships. The Ventura County District Attorney's Office moved forward with a strong case, citing the nature and number of stab wounds, the absence of defensive explanations, evidence of prior conflict between the couple. Ali was held without bail, pending further proceedings. During court hearings, prosecutors outlined a narrative of possessiveness and escalation. The victim's attempt to rebuild her life apart from her ex-husband, he was portrayed as a turning point that Ali could not accept. Key evidence reportedly included forensic analysis confirming Ali as the attacker, the murder weapon recovered by police witness testimony establishing the couple's estrangement, prior communications demonstrating ongoing conflict. The defense did not successfully dispute Ali's involvement in the killing. Instead, arguments reportedly focused on emotional distress and marital breakdown, points that failed to mitigate the severity of the crime in the eyes of the court. At some point after killing his estranged wife, he even pretended not knowing anything about her whereabouts. On November 12, 2022, he took it to his Facebook page and declared her missing, appealing to the public if anyone knows anything, they should call Simi Valley Police Station. But unfortunately for him, people are not dumped like him. A lot of people knew he's the one that murdered her. Zarbab Ali was ultimately convicted of murder. The sentencing reflected California's strict stance on domestic homicide, particularly cases involving intimate partner violence. The court emphasized that the victim was unarmed, attempting to live independently, and posed no threat to Ali at the time of the attack. The judge described the crime as a profound betrayal of trust, carried out in a setting that should have been safe. Ali received a lengthy prison sentence, effectively ensuring he would spend decades behind bars, because that's where he deserves to be. People like him belong to the prison forever to keep our society safe. At the center of the case was a woman whose life ended not because of random violence, but because she sought autonomy. Friends described her as resilient, hopeful, and determined to move forward despite fear. Her death became a somber reminder of the risks many women face when leaving unstable or abusive relationships. Advocates noted that separation is statistically the most dangerous phase in such dynamics, a fact tragically reinforced by this case. The Zarbab Ali case fits a broader national pattern. Most female homicide victims are killed by current or former partners. Knives are among the most common weapons in domestic murders. Warning signs are often present, but underestimated. Law enforcement officials later urged greater awareness and early intervention in domestic disputes, emphasizing that emotional control and entitlement often precede lethal violence. The killing in Simi Valley was not an accident, nor an unavoidable tragedy. It was the final act in a relationship already fractured by conflict and control. Zarbab Ali's actions permanently altered countless lives and underscored the devastating consequences of unchecked domestic violence. While the legal system delivered accountability, it could not restore what was lost, a life cut short simply for seeking freedom. I can imagine the pain and sorrow the family and friends of Rachel are going through. Rachel probably went through hell in that marriage. That's why she decided to end the marriage and free herself from the frustration of a monster Ali. But little did she know that she would lose her life in the process. I so much appreciate the remarkable efforts of our law enforcement agencies who investigated and prosecuted the monster to life in prison where he belonged, and find justice for the victim's family, even though it won't restore her life back. But the perpetrator of the crime didn't go unpunished. Their 2 children was taken into custody by their grandparents, specifically Rachel Castillo family. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you would be notified when I post another crime video. Please also like and comment your thoughts so others will know about this story and be aware of the danger out there to keep our society safe from people like Ali Zarbab. Do you think he deserves life imprisonment or death sentence for the crime he committed? Please let me know your opinion at the comments section. Thank you once again.